Hey, Angela, it's me, Jamie. Just another troll. I hope you're good. I felt like I owed you some spoken words, in addition to the screenshots that I'm going to send you. And I don't know if you're going to use any publicly. If you do decide to, I would like for this to be included, just as a little background, and what happened. So really quick, I came on YouTube for reality TV years ago before COVID. I stumbled onto Katie Joy Without a Crystal Ball, saw how problematic she was. There was an anti-community that formed, yada, yada, yada. So that's where I come from, anti-KJ and like the 90-day community, which is how I know Reagan. We go back many years, and she's done a lot to me, and she's done a lot to the people that I call friends. And I saw it happen with Jess over the weekend before my very eyes, which is just crazy. Anyway, I found Natasha Cooper through Gabby Petito, and I discovered that YouTube has like this live chat thing, where you can interact with people. Anyway, she also had her drama channel, and she was feuding with this chick Granny's watching, and they were doing awful things to each other. And so, I like to listen to all sides. So I went to, learn about Granny's watching. Ended up, she was my people. We're from the same area, literally like 5 towns over. And, we hit it off, and the people in her community were amazing at the time. You were in the community. We were in the community together. I did not like you at all. I don't even know why. I just felt like you were problematic, and I'm very problematic, and I don't know. Anyway, so I'm not first generation day one Granny's watching. I was like third generation, like shortly after Kim Crafton made their exit. You and I were in the Discord together. I don't know if you remember. And then you and Jessica parted ways, and that's when her and I got very, very close. We were real life friends. We talked about everything. We, knew about each other's lives. We bonded over several things. And looking back, it was very parasocial. Not at first, but it began to be. When you guys fell out that summer, I'm sure you remember, you put out literally her whole soul on your channel, and TT was streaming her all day, every day. Nothing compared to what is going on with Brittany J right now. But at the time, it felt like it was awful. It was awful to see someone I care about go through that. She literally was she was broken. She was not in a good way. It doesn't matter what happened between you guys. She was my friend, and I fiercely defended her, and we talked a lot of shit in private, and I took part in a lot of low down, dirty conversations, which you will see in these screenshots. I'm sorry. I take full accountability. There's no but after. I guess I'm a troll at heart. But I was no buts. I was defending my friend, and I doxed your husband on my community tab of, I think, 10 subscribers. And I said some awful things in public and private about you. And for that, I am sorry. Fast forward, Sebastian Rogers happened. And, I have a full-time job. I'm in the education field. So during the school year, I came and go a lot. I was in her Discord of, I think there was like 7 or 8 of us. So that's how I really, they were my lifelines to know what was going on. And so Sebastian Rogers happened. And, I was really proud of Jess and the changes she made. Before Sebastian Rogers, I saw immense personal and professional growth within her. And it was a pleasure to see her grow and evolve and come back and be better. And then, Sebastian Rogers happened, and sorry, it cut off for me. Okay. And then Sebastian Rogers happened, and it all just, I lost my train of thought. It all just went to shit. And I watched these parents being just shredded and picked apart on the daily on both sides, not just what Jess was doing, but what a lot of creators were doing. And I've shared a lot with Jess about my life. I lost my infant daughter in a domestic violence accident. It'll be 14 years next month. Her father, my ex-husband, make a long story short, ended up taking his life about 1.5 years ago. Anyway, listening to the content that she was putting out, I started to internalize it and take it really personal. Well, if I've been through losing a child and, going through these things, and she knows what happened, is she judging me like she's judging Seth? Does she think these things about me? And, the mom guilt and the shame and, I just started to internalize it, and it was my own issue. It was not, it was not a her thing. And simultaneous to that, the discord of, a close group of girls that was once a place where we joked and vented and shared our lives and vacations and yada, yada, yada. It just became a dumping ground for drama, and it was just between bitching about you and Brittany and Jamie, and it was just it was not my thing anymore. I dreaded going in there. It wasn't enjoyable. So I was fine. I left and I said, I love you girls, but it's just, I gotta go. It's time for me to go. And right around the holidays, I was away on vacation. I was being inundated with messages. So I put out that community post, and it was honest from the heart how I was feeling. Looking back upon it, was really mean, but it was what it was. And right around that time, At Night approached me. And I don't know if they were watching her chats and seeing who was really active. I don't know if they looked people up on, to see where they were from, and they saw that I was from the same area. They wanted me to sign an affidavit upon something that had happened with the tip line. I was going to do it, and then I consulted, my family's attorney. It was just, they were just fuckery from day one, and I know that you know that. So that's all to say. That's kind of how it transpired. It's been almost 6 months, so I'm completely healed. I'm completely detached. I have no emotions involved anymore. It was just a person I used to know. Megan was something I grieved and I had to get over, because her and Jessica were my lifelines off the platform, my internet homies. The rest of the girls, whatever, they're whatever. So I guess at this point, I was going to take stuff to the grave. I'm not one to put out messages or, I don't go into that many chats. I don't even talk bad about her. But it's always getting back to me that like screenshots of like once in a while things I say in chats, and like, you know what, if people are going to watch and be nosy, like, okay, well then I'll put it out there. And when I saw what happened with that fucking DV report being put out of Brittany, that was it for me. Because of my history, just because of a lot of things, I was at a loss, Angela. Brittany is a lot of things. Brittany has said and done a lot, nothing near what Jess has said and done. But man, that was way over the top, and it hurt me a lot. And I speak to Brittany, and we've made peace, and I've apologized, and man, it was bad to hear her how she was because of that. Anyway, so I'm providing you with these screenshots because I was in the wrong. I said and did a lot of fuckery, and you deserve to know. And, I peep Jess's chats every so often. I don't know anyone in there. It's all new people. And it just seems like her behavior is regressing. And I don't know why. Like, she won the injunction. She won the slap. Like, why is she going on and on and on about Brittany? Like, you won. Like, I get that it impacted her life. I get that. And I'm not minimizing that. Brittany wanted to make it stop and was, as you know, just, she was taken for a ride just like everyone else. She did not know that it was going to go like this. So I'm sending you what I have, what I've said. It's going to make me look bad. It's going to make, Jess look bad. I don't give a shit about YouTube. I don't care what people think of me. It's really not that deep for me. And yeah, so that's it. So again, I ask you, if you are going to put stuff out publicly, if you would include this just as a little background, because if people are going to talk about it. And yeah. Okay. Thank you for being so patient. Work's been crazy busy, and I'm sorry it took me this long. Please, I'm just sorry. Okay. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.